Assalamualaikum, my name is UWAIS NAZMI and I'll be presenting about the theory for this lab report. The brake tester mechanism safely measures the maximum braking force of a vehicle while the vehicle is stationary. It consists of an automated weighing system that accurately calculates the braking efficiency of the vehicle. The brake tester consists of weighing cells in each side of the unit with a safety roller that detects whether a vehicle is present in the tester. This will also monitor any tire slippage. For the next slide, the vehicle is driven onto the brake tester while its wheel centrally located between the two larger main rollers. The brake tester is designed with a gridded surface to ensure maximum tire protection and to simulate a common road surface. Once the vehicle details have been entered the roller, then automatically switch on and rotates at the designated and consistent speed. The vehicle brakes are then applied by the operator, thus creating a force on the motor. A transducer measures the braking force of each wheels and as the vehicle decelerates. During the process, fluctuation is also measured to determine the safe balance of braking force between near and offside wheels, calculating the difference in percentage form. The testers are easy and efficient to use. Thank you.
Untuk air podcast lah. Saya ada ni semua. Seksi. So meter ni untuk select semua ni buat. Okey. So kita buatkan set slip lah. Nanti tekan F4.
Saya rakam.
Kau tekan F4.
Okay.
Entah apa F3 kan?
Enter lagi.
So ni F1, F2, F3. So no tak ada balance no. Enter. Ini start je. F4. Okey. Okey, kita buat belakang pula. Lalu
Okey.
tapi kita ada dia itu dia. Lepas tu kita buat belakang.
F2.
So untuk parking balik. Save dulu. Mana ni? Ada lagi ke? Oh ni. So ni perbezaan lah untuk kiri kanan. Dah depan ni perbezaan untuk kiri kanan. So 44% lah untuk dia punya ni. So patutnya dia kena ni tinggi sikit. Okay, so ni dia punya result untuk brake kan. Ni brake. Jadi kita tengok dekat dia punya adherent pula. Ni test. Okay, so kita tengok data dia. Tadi kita pergi kat Senim
Selam.
Senim BMME kan?
BMA 1-2.
1-2. Okay, betul. Yes. So kat semua ni ni data untuk semua. So front side slip tu tak ada masalah lah. Maksudnya kereta ni tak ada masalah. Dia punya side slip zero lah maksudnya. So yang ni adherent lah. Maksud yang dia buat bagi vibrate tu kat suspension ni adherent. Patutnya dia kena tinggi lagi dalam 70. Kalau kereta ni dapat 60 lebih je, tapi still okey lagi lah. Ni belakang, adherent belakang. Cuma yang ni je 41 ni kurang sangat. Kalau yang belakang ni dia punya persen berapa? Kalau boleh lebih daripada 50 lah. So, untuk brake ni ni perbezaan dia 14 dengan ni. So ni dia punya ni force dia. So belah kanan ni ada kurang sikit. Tapi belakang ni okey lah, 70 lebih ni okey. Parking pun okey. Okey je. Sekejap ada lagi data. Ni dia punya graph. Brake, front, parking semua.
Yang merah kiri.
Merah kiri. Hitam kanan. So yang lagi satu ni adherent.
Adherent tu yang
vibrate. Vibrate.
Okay, next we look at the graph of the result. So the brake front axle for the left side is much higher than the right side. For the brake rear axle, we have the right side is much higher force than left. So, and lastly on the parking force, we can see that the right side is higher than the left side. So as we look at the pattern of the graph, we can see that there is not much difference. So we can tell that we can conclude that the rear and the right and left side is same amount of force applied. So lastly, we will be looking at the adherence. So the adherence of the front axle is almost identical left and right. So it's considered, I can conclude that the adherence test for the front axle is in good condition, which is around 60 to 100%. And then the rear axle, we have a slight gradient right there, which differs between left and right, but I can conclude also that is also an okay result because it is not much difference between them. Okay, so that's all for me for the result. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Anif ASYRAF bin AMIR, and I will discuss about the question. So first of all, why are the brake force left hand and right hand must have difference of less than 30%? So based on Puspacom regulation, the maximum brake imbalance should not exceed more than 30%. It is because of several problems can occur to the car, especially the handling and also the brake performance. For example, if the car has brake imbalance above 30%, the car will when the car will be pulling to one side when it under braking. In severe case, it can cause the car lost control. Higher imbalance value also indicate that the brake system has a problem, such as uneven pad brake, a wear, worn disc or drum, a damaged piston, or damage on the caliper. Second question: what would happen if adherence different more than 10%? So if the adherence difference is more than 10%, it can indicate there is a problem at the shock absorber. Maybe there is some leaking, or the dampening is decreased by the time. The third question is to discuss the brake force result based on roller testing result. So as we can see on the test summary, for the front braking, we can see that the left brake has higher force than the right brake. Right brake has 175 force and left has 192. From the value, we can say that the right brake maybe the piston caliper is stuck, or there is some rust on the piston itself, so it preventing the piston to move smoothly. And for the rear brake, there is no big difference, only 5 difference in the value. So for the parking brake, there is a big difference, but it is on acceptable value, acceptable difference.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AHMAD ZAKWAN bin ZULKIFLI. Okay, now I will explain for the conclusion part. Okay, so from the experiment that we have done, we have been enlightened about how to use the RAVR T009/4SE software, which it can test several types of tests, which is side slip test, brake test, measure the car weight, and also the adherence. Okay, so from our lab sheet, we need to record the brake test. Okay, so we have record 3 types of brake, which is the foot brake for the front and rear tire, and also the handbrake for the rear tire. Okay, so for the braking test, for foot brake for each tire, which is the front and rear, is good because the data recorded are below 30%. And the braking test for handbrake is also good because the data that we have record is also below 30%. And lastly, from the discussion previously, we have been interpret the reason why braking system must be below than 30% according to the post-PACOM regulation, and also the effect if adherence happen more than 10%. Okay, so that's all for the conclusion part. Thank you.